Before I ran for the state senate the first time in 1976, Barbara Roberts invited me and Judy to come to meetings of the campaigners, which was a liberal political group that met one morning a week at 7 or 7:30 to have breakfast together and operate like a Toastmasters. We'd have a short speaker, but then we would designate short topics for go around the table and each take a shot at that topic, and then we would critique each other. And this was all an idea preparing us to be legislators or other elected officials in Oregon. Barbara Roberts was sort of the big excitement in the place, but her husband Frank, who was a speech professor at Portland State University at the time, was there. Their buddy Jane Cease and Ron Cease, who was also a professor at Portland State University, I think also in the speech department, and then a scattering of other liberals, and it was a very successful club. One election cycle, 5 of us got elected to the legislature. And they also, once a year during the election cycle, so that would be every other year, they'd have a fundraiser. And there was a, dare I say, Jewish lawyer who was the author, the Shakespeare of the skits, and he collaborated with other members actively, but he was the guy that wrote the gag lines. And then Judy took the lead in the dancing, and they would play music and dance and give skits. It was a little bit like Saturday Night Live, in fact a lot like Saturday Night Live now. And Judy had been done acting in high school, and when she married me, she said, I'm going to be a wife and a mother and a student, and I don't want to go and hang out at rehearsals night after night where people start making out behind the curtains and so on. I want to be a wife. But when she got a chance in her 30s to participate in these plays every other year, she just loved it. And she was the star. She could dance. She'd done a lot of dancing in her childhood, had a dance school before she married me on Saturdays. And so it was a wonderful thing for her. And we had fun. There was so much laughter. And one of the things that stands out in my memory about that was that they decided to have a skit where I confronted the current governor, Bob Straub, with, when are you going to give us a vote on this leftish bill we had? And it was actually to impose a 2 cents on the dollar tax on fuel for home heating, so people could, and have that money spent exclusively on weatherization, so we could use less fuel and conserve. Well, he wouldn't support it. The utilities didn't like it. So, but in the skit, they allowed me to confront the governor of the state in humor. When are you going to give us a vote on that? And then he said, oh, just a minute, Jan, I have something I do want to give you. And then he stepped back slightly, and they handed him a plate full of whipped cream, and he smashed that into my face, and all the way down on my face, and everybody laughed until their sides ached. And it was fun. We all were having fun. Politics can have a lot of fun in it, by the way, at times. And that's an example, one example of that.